Yo, what up guys? Today I've got a little bit more news for you as well. After the 2 videos that we posted yesterday with the update, we now have another news post. So if you haven't seen those videos, go check them out. But a new CEO for Jagex. We no longer have Mod Pips as the CEO. We now have a new mod called Mod North as CEO. So we're going to go through this post, find out basically, I guess, what it means for the players and the game and Jagex, I guess, and see what's going on here. This is interesting for sure. We'll talk about it as we go through. So it says a new chapter for Jagex, introducing Mod North. We'll watch the video afterwards. We'll go through this first and we'll see about that. But it says, just last weekend, we had the incredible opportunity to celebrate the RuneScape games at RuneFest, our first convention since 2019. With thousands of players coming together to share their passion for the games, it was an unforgettable reminder of what makes our community so special. Seeing the excitement, camaraderie, and love for the RuneScape in full force has been truly revitalizing for both players and JMods alike. With that energy fresh in our minds, today we want to talk about an important leadership transition that will shape the future of Jagex. After 14 years at Jagex, with the last 8 as CEO, Phil Mansell, Mod Pips, will be stepping back from his role. Phil has been an instrumental force in shaping both RuneScape and old school RuneScape, leading the company through some of its most defining moments. The launch of old school RuneScape, the expansion on to mobile, record-breaking player numbers, and ensuring the player games remain the most community-driven MMORPGs in the world. Phil will remain with Jagex to support the transition before taking a well-deserved break, and we want to take a moment to thank him for his leadership, dedication, and passion over the years. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much just explaining that Mod Pips is no longer going to be the CEO. So, who is Mod North? Taking the reins, our new CEO is John Bellamy, Mod North, a leader who, with deep experience in both Jagex and the RuneScape communities. Mod North previously worked at Jagex from 2015 to 2018 and has served as an advisor for us more recently. More importantly, he has been a dedicated RuneScape player for over 20 years, good, once maxing an account, a RuneScape 3 account, and nearly maxing an old school RuneScape account as well. Okay, good. He understands the game, the players, and the unique culture that makes RuneScape special. Okay, so he's definitely a RuneScape player then, which is obviously a good thing for the game. If it was someone who never played the game, didn't understand anything about it, it would have been a bit of an interesting one. North's leadership will focus on building upon the strong foundation we have today while ensuring the long-term success of RuneScape and old school RuneScape. His approach is rooted in community-first decision-making, and he is fully committed to the values that have made these games thrive for decades. Okay. Okay, cool. I mean, sure, we'll have to see what this means for the RuneScape game. So our community's our commitment, to the integrity of both RuneScape, okay, and old school RuneScape remains steadfast. While leadership may change, the core values that define them will not. It's hard to say this, but after like everything that happened recently, and then saying you'll address that and then not addressing it, you know. But old school RuneScape for sure. Old school integrity is fine, I guess. Hopefully it stays that way. Like, I don't even play old school, but if something changed and old school was like, okay, well, we're having MTX now, well, that would be disastrous for both games. So, you know, hopefully. We want to be clear. This transition does not signal a change in monetization strategy, game direction, or how we engage with the community. Okay. So, they know, they're aware what people will be thinking. Oh no, Mod Pips is gone. Does this mean that the new guy will just throw in new MTX or change how monetization is? This is the very first thing that they put. They didn't put game direction first. They didn't put this, how they engage with the community first. They put monetization strategy. Jagex are fully aware of the initial issues that everybody's going to be thinking, oh crap, to. The roadmap Our approach to updates and our commitment to listening to players remain unchanged. We will continue to build upon the strong foundations of both games, delivering meaningful content updates, maintaining economic fairness, and ensuring that our players remain central to everything we do. I mean, okay, this is very much just Jagex speak so far in this section here, because every few months they show that they don't really listen to the players. Right, devs listen to players in terms of what content they want. Other like parts of Jagex don't listen to players in terms of stop with the ads in the game and the monetization stuff, that sort of stuff. You know, they don't listen with that, but the devs, the content devs, always does a great job. Old school RuneScape will always be a community-driven experience where fairness and player input are paramount. The polling system, transparent development process, and our commitments to non-intrusive monetization are here to stay. Okay, good. Progression will continue to be earned entirely through gameplay rather than external advantages, and all achievements, milestones, and accomplishments are directly a result of player effort. So this is really good. To see. They've put it in writing, which I mean they could go back on it, right? But they probably won't. The fact that it's put like plain here that old school is not gonna have any extra monetization, like intrusive monetization. Progression is always going to be earned through gameplay and that sort of thing, which isn't true anyway because you can buy bonds, but otherwise XP and stuff and all that sort of stuff is. It's just gold that isn't. Otherwise, yeah, it is. And it's good that they've written that and that hopefully it does stay that way. Like I say, I don't even play old school anymore. I never really got that far in it either. But to see it, like, them throw that away would just be crap in itself. But yeah, anyway, RuneScape is a cherished game with over 2 decades of history, and its future will continue to be built on the same principles that have guided its success. Community obsession, authenticity, and reverence for its DNA. We will continue maintaining fairness in the in-game economy, ensuring that updates respect the balance of the game world, with transparency in our decisions and a willingness to explore meaningful changes to MTX offerings in RuneScape. And a willingness to explore meaningful changes to MTX offerings in RuneScape. We don't know what this means. This could mean good. This could mean we are changing MTX, guys. It's gonna happen. Tough shit. Or it could be, you know, yep. We know you guys don't like MTX that much, so let's, you know, we'll take a look at it. Could be good. Could be bad. I don't know how. Right. Maybe this is just because RuneScape 3 player, not old school player. So to me, this seems like believable and fine and okay. This, after all the stuff that we have every 6 months, 4 months, maybe even, just seems like community obsession. Authenticity is probably like the worst one. You know, like I don't know. Fairness in the in-game economy. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I know RuneScape a little bit more, not old school RuneScape as much. If there's someone who plays old school more than or as much as RuneScape 3, let me know if this one like rings true and this. How do you feel about this one? But yeah, this leadership transition does not alter our decision to use these values. We are fully committed to ensuring both games continue to thrive for years to come. Good, glad about that. Providing players with rich, immersive, and fair experiences they know and love. So, I mean, after the content announced the other day, I don't expect RuneScape to go anywhere anyway, but like they've got years of content planned. It'll still good, and I'm excited for it since the announcement as well. Like it's been a while since I've been actually keen to log in and play the game for more than 20 minutes. So, you know, that's really good. But hopefully, the rough stuff doesn't actually change or get worse. Looking ahead, Mod North is excited to meet and hear from the community, and he will be sharing more about his vision and plans over the coming days and weeks. Transparency has been key to building these amazing games, and in that spirit, you can first expect a Q&A video where North will directly address key questions from the community. If you have questions you'd like answered, please fill out this form. So there's a form if you want to do questions for him. They'll probably pick the questions they want to answer. Like if there's some very specific ones, likely that like it's different if it's live and you can just sort of throw a question out and he picks it and that's that. But when there's a forum, they'll likely pick the ones they want to answer and ignore the ones they don't. For now, we invite you to watch this video from Mod Pips and Mod North, where they discuss the change and what it means for the future of Jagex, RuneScape, and old school RuneScape, which we will watch in just a sec. As we step into this new chapter, we do so with incredible momentum and energy of RuneFest behind us. The excitement, passion, and shared love for RuneScape we witnessed last weekend remind us why we do what we do, and that's something we'll continue to build upon together. Cool. So, new CEO. Well, everything that they've said is like what you'd expect them to say. I wouldn't expect them to be like, yeah, we're going to scrap the game and we're going to make more money and we're going to. But let's see what the post is. The video, sorry.
Hello, Scapers. After 14 incredible years at Jagex, with 8 as CEO, I'm stepping back from my role. I'm handing over the baton to someone I know deeply cares about RuneScape and who is going to build upon the strong foundation we have built so far. But before I introduce him, I have a few parting words. I'm incredibly thankful for my time here and for the opportunity to shape these amazing games with the team at Jagex and with the community. I joined Jagex back in 2011 to follow my passion for MMORPGs and gaming communities, and I stayed because I fell in love with RuneScape and felt at home amongst kindred spirits. I'm honoured to have worked with such a talented team and to have created so many memories together, like launching Old School, the Game Blast charity events, releasing both RS3 and Old School on mobile and then on Steam, introducing new game modes like Iron Man and Dead Man and Leagues. There's been a decade of killer content in both games. I remember maxing my account at RuneFest 2016 as well. These are wonderful memories that will stay with me forever. I'm really proud of what the team has achieved together. We didn't get everything right, but the RuneScape games have come a hell of a long way. RuneScape is now...
The RuneScape mobile launch was insane. The amount of signups that had and the amount of players that tried to join the game with that was crazy. I always think about mobile launch for both games, and it's like, it seems like such a missed opportunity for RuneScape 3, bro. The amount of players that we could have had increased from that, and then never did because of the fact that, like, well, it was terrible. People were hating on it straight away. I don't know, but I mean, he's definitely done a lot of stuff, but I feel like the mobile launch was such a big missed opportunity.
Recognized as one of the top MMORPG franchises. We've grown the RuneScape communities to record levels. We were one of the first PC MMOs to go fully mobile, and we're amongst the most community-driven games and studios out there.
A lot of people are going to be saying that's not true, that RuneScape's not as community-driven as like they make out, but it is. In comparison to other games, RuneScape is absolutely more community-driven than like a lot of other MMOs for sure. Like they really are.
Possible because of the dedication of our JMods and their close connection to the community. And RuneFest this past weekend showcases that perfectly. And that's why I know this is the right time to pass the torch to a new leader for Jagex. This is someone I know will guard what is precious about the RuneScape games and will work hard to make them even better for players.
Hopefully.
So I'm very pleased to introduce my successor, John Mod North. John is a familiar face within Jagex from his first stint here 10 years ago. We kept in touch since. John is a high-level and long-term RuneScape player. We've always been catching up and chatting about the latest content releases or community debates and dramas. So it was our good fortune that John agreed to join us as an advisor last year, and he's been helping us in the background for many months.
A lot of players are going to be very happy that the new CEO is a very high level and invested player in the game. It is important, I think, as well. Like they know the game inside out, which is obviously important.
John's got this rare combination of really deep RuneScape experience and strong business leadership skills, which is why I think he is the ideal leader for the next stage of Jagex's journey. For me, I'll be supporting John and the Jagex team in this transition. And then after over a decade of leading RuneScape, I'm going to enjoy a bit of a break. I'm always going to be a massive fan. I'll take such joy at seeing the awesome things the Jagex teams and the community create together, and I'll be cheering them on as RuneScape becomes even bigger. I'll now turn it over to John to introduce himself.
Thanks so much, Phil. I want to start by saying how much respect I have for you and all that you've done for the company. I think you may know, but I left Jagex right before you became CEO. And I can genuinely say that as I rejoin the team now, I'm joining a team that has grown so much and is newer and improved versus the one that I left. That's huge testament to your leadership and your passion for our games and our company. And I just want to thank you on behalf of everyone for everything you've done. You're leaving big shoes to fill, and I feel so honored to have been chosen to lead this company. This is very much for me a homecoming. I've been playing RuneScape in its various guises for more than 20 years now. And what was once a niche medieval point-and-click MMORPG on PC has grown into 2 cornerstone games with millions of us, players past and present. That is a rare thing. So turning first to old school. I've been incredibly proud of how far old school has come as a player voting in polls for the last 8 years or so, for better or worse. What's made this game extraordinary for so long is, in my opinion, the interaction between the team and the players. It really is a game built for the players, by the players, and with community at the front and center of everything we do. By staying true to these values going forwards, I absolutely believe that the golden years of old school RuneScape are still ahead of us. Moving to RuneScape 3, it's such a precious game to so many millions, and I believe it deserves another 20 years of sustainable, healthy existence, defined by the same qualities that have driven much of old school RuneScape's success. Community obsession, authenticity and clarity of identity, reverence for the game's DNA, and perhaps most importantly, economic integrity. The priority for RuneScape 3 must be long-term health and sustainability. And the recent release of Group Ironman mode and RS3's recently announced inaugural league coming later this year.
Hearing a CEO for RuneScape 3 say that the long-term health of the game is what needs to be priority is huge. Because that's like a massive part of what players have been saying for ages is a problem. Like, oh, well, they're just trying to milk the players before the game shuts down, and then it's just old school, and then they'll milk that. Hearing that, obviously, for a lot of players, like, I didn't think RuneScape 3 was going anywhere for a while, clearly. But actually having a new CEO say that is kind of important.
Fantastic examples of the direction of travel I'll be endorsing. I want to say that I love these games, and I understand where the lines in the sand are. My plan is to stay true and committed to the values and principles that make our games and our player communities so very special. My goal is not to come in here and make big sweeping changes to our core games. In fact, that's the exact opposite of what I want or plan to do. I know that there is no better team on Earth at stewarding, maintaining, and growing the universe of RuneScape. I really do believe that at its best, Jagex's community-centric approach to managing our games is the best in the world. And transparency has long been key to building these amazing games from our side of the screen to yours. And in that spirit, you can expect to hear more from me in the coming days. For now, I'd like to end the way we started and thank Phil Mod Pips for his many years of service at Jagex and for his part in creating the games we know and love today.
And so that is the introduction to our new CEO for Jagex and both RuneScape games. Now, of course, I only hope good things for the game. It is part of my income, to be fair, so obviously that's what I hope. I want to see the game succeed, and I want to see awesome content, and I want to see improvement, and I'd love to see the player base count like grow as well. That's pretty much it. So I'm gonna let myself get sucked into the copium a little bit and hope that new CEO means great things. I hope so. I mean, he said all the right things, so you know that's good to hear. But we'll just have to wait and see. The reality is we'll just have to wait 6 to 12 months, see what happens, and if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad, and it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'll have a read through, and I'll catch you on the next one. So there, guys. Bye.